Hey, ladies and gents, it is Lightning Storm, the Australian Icon. Holy hell. I got very winded from that. I don't know if you could tell, Phoenix, but oh my god, guys, a little bit. Okay, well, and that's a shoot, brother. We got the 25th episode of Figure Friday, and what better way to do it than have a special guest, dude? We got Phoenix, gosh darn Nitro in the building, guys. Guys, let them know. Let them know how you doing now. How you doing, Phoenix? Welcome to the show,
doing great.
Dude. I'm really happy to have you on here, bro. I feel like I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, so finally getting to be able to do this is pretty fun.
Hey, man, it's about to be a blast, especially on this Friday of all Fridays with everything that popped off earlier today with all those reveals. So it's going to be dope to talk about that. It's dope to be on the show, man. You've had so many heaters in the community on the show. It's a dope show. I love watching it. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for asking me.
Hey, dude, you said a lot of heaters, and we're just adding to the heaters if that's the case. And guys,
no.
And I found the sound effect. Finally, thank you, guys. Big round of applause for Phoenix Nitro in the building. No, but how the heck are we all doing? Paragon Pro, I want to shout out you in the chat. That ECW banner is sick. It is really cool. Let's talk about that, Phoenix. Dude,
yeah.
Let's talk about your fandom a little bit. How'd you get into? Is ECW your bread and butter?
Yeah.
Hey, dude. I mean, I'm guessing from the flag in the back, it's a pretty up there.
So I started watching wrestling. I've been told, anyways, because I really don't remember back whenever I was that young, but I was told I was 3 years old. My uncle put on WWF. I was born in 97, so that'd be 98, 99, 2000. That'd be one of my favorite years in pro wrestling ever. 2000 was when I was first exposed to pro wrestling. For my 3rd birthday, I was asked, do I want to go to SummerSlam 2000 or do I want to see Blues Clues on Ice? And let me tell you, I seen that tables, ladders, and chairs match in person for the very first time. It was dope. That's basically where my fandom started. But as I grew older, man, growing up and seeing ECW One Night Stand, the rise and fall of ECW DVD, that kind of changed my entire fandom of wrestling, where once I seen the rise and fall of ECW DVD, I bought the rise and fall of ECW book and read that at school all the time. And it just started making me want to go back into the archives, into the history of wrestling and really watch. And ECW is, at this point, I feel like my comfort to go back and watch. Like, I can throw on an episode of 1996 ECW Hardcore TV and I'll be there for 3-4 hours just very peacefully just chilling and watching ECW. Only watch the redubs, though, children. Only watch the redubs. That's something a lot of people don't know, and I'm here to give you the sauce a little bit. ECW on the network, on Peacock, not worth your time. Go to Google, type in ECW redub, that's REDUB, and you'll find on archive.org somebody has uploaded the ECW redub project, where they take all the original video, all the original audio from the original ECW with all the music, all of the commercials, and they combine it with the Peacock footage. It's the best viewing experience. It's so good.
Okay. That actually might have taken a little time to do too. I can't watch ECW without New Jack's theme. Like, honestly, I can't.
Facts, bro.
I can't like
Facts.
just okay, anyway. Exactly. Facts. But no, dude, if you guys aren't aware, Phoenix Nitro amassing over 100,000 subby sues on YouTube, and just the likes, just pretty much amassing like I think you're global domination. I think that's what I think that's the best way to describe it on social media. Yeah, speaking of like 100,000 subs, dude, when did you first want to get into sort of making YouTube videos, and when was the first day you decided? Do you remember that first day you decided to make a channel?
Yeah, absolutely. So growing up, I would always watch the WWE games on YouTube with creators such as like CM Pulse, Tony Pizza Guy, even like the 101 Smack Talks, various creators from back then. I would see them making videos. Specifically for me, my guy I always say was CM Pulse, current owner of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Pulse was just my biggest inspiration watching content growing up. And like, I always thought that like I wanted to make videos like that. I just never had the equipment. And then when I finally got the equipment, it was kind of like at a point where I was like, well, I don't have a microphone. I don't know really how to get started. That was back in like 2014. So I never really like made a YouTube channel like that. And then of course, going on in time and whatnot. One of my best friends, Simply Better AM, or Aaron Matthews, or Yo Simply Better King, as he goes with, he actually started doing YouTube full time, and he was always like, hey man, like, you should do this, you'd be really good at this, I really think you should do this. And I've known Aaron for over a decade, man. That's like my big brother at this point, honestly. And he like very much so motivated me to start. And then when I started on the first day I dropped like the video I would say I took seriously, because I did TW, a booking simulator game, on my YouTube
Right,
channel
yeah. Yep.
for about a year or so. But like, that didn't really, like, I wouldn't say I took that very seriously. It like where I wanted to pursue something and like make it kind of like a job, if you will. But WWE 2K19 was coming out. And as soon as the game released at midnight, I immediately got on and recorded my first video. That's where I did the first pop the top. It's time for the video to drop. And today, that's where that first started. And yeah, man, it all started back in 2018. I have to credit Pulse and like creators from back in that day for really inspiring me in like my, like how I wanted to go about making content. But there would be no Phoenix Nitro YouTube channel without Aaron, without Simply Better AM, man. So that is like definitely the starting point, is October 2018.
Dude, shout out to Simply Better and that whole crew. They definitely don't know, but I was at Florida for Royal Rumble, and I saw them walking around, dude. Dude, BDE was a literal
Oh yeah.
celebrity. Everyone was like, I heard people shouting BDE from like behind me, from across from me, from probably the other side of the street. Like, and we're in
Yeah.
the line for the like stadium, and people are just chanting BDE everything. So they're like
Yeah, bro.
literal celebrities. When's the
Absolutely.
last time you met up with them or seen them? It's probably been recently, because you guys have a little wrestling ring, I believe.
Yeah, so recently, it was probably about like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago ish. But yeah, man, it's always a blast, man, hanging with them and everything like that. It's crazy because there's shows that we'll go to all together, and like whenever we go with Brandon, bro, it's been dope because obviously we lived together for a while there, for like 4 or 5 years, me and Aaron specifically, and then Brandon lived with us from the start for about 3 years, and then he ended up making it to where he could buy his own house, which is incredible.
Crazy, yeah.
And that's when we split up with that type of stuff. But in terms of like, we would go to shows and everything together, and just from the first show we went to, which I believe was SmackDown 2019, from going to SmackDown in 2019, and like there was definitely people coming up and stopping Brandon and stuff like that, to then I believe the last show I went to with everybody was SummerSlam in Detroit. It was like the Beatles was in that, bro. Like it was like every single time. And of course, like me and Aaron would get stopped as well, but like Brandon's just on another level with everything, bro. It's incredible, bro. Like the mind that Brandon has, the mind that Aaron has, everybody over there at Vibe as well, with Small Afro, Brent Oakley, and like that brotherhood essentially that we all have over that, just was absolutely incredible. Of course, like about like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we announced that I'm actually no longer going to be a part of Vibe, because I'm taking my commentary career a lot more serious, and just like I don't want to have anything when it comes to like doing content with them or anything. Like the fans deserve better than just like my mind in so many different spots. That's kind of why that happened a couple weeks ago. But like I said, man, it's all love with them, bro. I can't wait to see them hit 1 million subscribers, bro. Like that, there's not a better group of people that you'll find in terms of making content, of like just trying to be original and trying to like do anything that they can to be creative, and just very helpful as well. Like if you ask Brandon will literally tell you anything and everything he knows about YouTube. He'll help you out as much as you need. Like he's such a good guy when it comes to like doing all that type of stuff. He's helped so many of us in like the WWE games niche and community. And it's always awesome just to see like them popping off and doing insanely big things and what have you. So
Yeah, dude, it is crazy to see. Like in if people aren't like aware of how hard that stuff is to do, try and think of that many video ideas, and even I can even say it to you as well. How like do you
bro,
when you are thinking about these video ideas when it comes to like even like 2K24 just came out, and there's you're releasing a lot of content on that, and thank goodness, because that game is pristine. I'm loving it. But where was I going with that, Phoenix?
So like I think like for me with the ideas portion of it, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will say that like, oh, like what your job isn't that hard. I don't think I'm a rocket scientist, and I don't think I'm a surgeon. I don't think I'm a firefighter or anything of those lines. But I feel like this job is pretty difficult whenever I'm editing everything, I'm recording everything, I'm having to come up with every idea and all that. Like I'm very big on mental health. That's like a very big thing that like I always talk about and things of that nature, because like growing up, I never got to see people really talking about mental health and things of that nature. But like it's really hard on the mental health, bro, doing this type of job, because right now I'm dropping my content schedule is I have the Phoenix Nitro channel, which I drop a video on every other day. And I have since March 5th. Yeah, March 5th was the day that 2K24 came out. So ever since March 5th, I've been every other day dropping videos on the main channel. I have Phoenix Nitro Universe, my second channel, which is where I do my Universe Mode series on W2K24, ECW Hardcore Hotline. And I got the banner, of course, that's going to be ECW related.
Let's go.
That, like, I literally just finished recording for episode 3, which drops tomorrow over on that channel. I just finished recording the main event of that match. I came on to the StreamYard and my voice was a little like gone, and I was like, oh boy. But that, like, coming up with the ideas for everything, man, when it comes to doing like this type of content or any content really, it's very very difficult to keep trying to be original and trying to keep doing like new ideas and rethinking the wheel and everything like that. Especially it was a lot easier, I'd say, back before Mr. Beast really blew up. And no shade to Mr.
Right.
Beast, but like when Mr. Beast blew up, it kind of changed the entire landscape of like YouTube and what works, what doesn't work. A lot more people, TikTok also kind of made a lot more people like, you need to see jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. And I'm more of like a long form kind of guy. I like being able to like really sit down, talk, and like play a full match. Nowadays, you really can't even do that with like this stuff. You have to like chop up the match on the main channel videos, or else people just skip through it and stuff. There's a big like YouTube is definitely like, once you get to the point where you're making like money and things like that, and it's your livelihood, it becomes more of like, that's the game. Like that's something I always say is like, YouTube for me is the game rather than 2K24 being the game. The game, like I can play the game and come up with ideas and do all that. The game is like, what ideas will do well, what ideas will be a good video, what ideas will have a good thumbnail, and things of that nature. So like, even speaking recently, my video I dropped on my main channel yesterday did not really do well at all. It was a 10 out of 10 for pretty much all day, and then a 9 out of 10. And a YouTube creator will tell you there ain't nothing worse and more slap it in the face than uploading something and seeing a 10 out of 10 on a video in your ranking by views. And it's like, oh, that was not a good one. And like, it just comes with the territory though, because I thought it's just a good example of sometimes you think of an idea, you do it, and you think it's going to do really well, and then it doesn't do well at all. But then an idea that you really kind of was like, this will be easy to get done, doesn't, like, you don't think it's going to do well at all, and that's the one that like blows, which is crazy.
The amount of stories that I've told or I've heard, and it's stuff like that, like content creators, putting maybe like more energy or time into this one project, and then doesn't see that many views, and then something that's like pretty easy to create, more so than in comparison, I guess, and then that blows up. That's happened with like, for example, Instagram posts. When I take like figure photography, it's always the posts that like you don't expect. It's always the videos you don't expect, I guess. And also, shout out to Hulk Hogan, dude, winning that goddamn tournament. No, I'm joking. Don't
Bro,
shout out to Hulk Hogan.
That was crazy. I seen that whenever it was on your Instagram. That was at the one in Florida, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, you actually saw it. Oh yeah, okay. I mean,
Yeah,
no biggie. Hulk Hogan and me doing karaoke together. No biggie. Singing together, duet. No biggie.
Yeah, last year, whenever I went to Orlando, I went to for the W2K23 Community Day event. I went to the Hogan shop and like seeing what that one looked like and everything like that. It's insane how much merchandise some people have.
Dude, and it's not a big store. Like I don't
No,
know if a
not at
lot of
all.
people know, like the Hogan Beach shop is not a big store. So once you walk in, man, you're just like, you're pretty much like overstimulated already with like every Hulk Hogan match on every TV in the goddamn area, and then it's like 10 million t-shirts around the place. But let's talk about you actually mentioned transitioning from Vibe, going into Naptown, or sorry, commentary more so. Now you're doing commentary for Naptown, dude.
Yeah,
And there was
man.
actually the photo that I saw of you and Small Afro doing little cheeky commentary bits
Absolutely.
at Naptown. Man, talk to me about how this sort of opportunity came into your forefront. I guess what made you want to do commentary?
So commentary was actually like the reason, and it's very funny on Figure Friday to talk about it, but like the thing that I started doing, like I was like, okay, I love doing commentary is I'm 9 years old, have the ring set up, got the figures, and I'm playing with the figures. And there's a certain point I feel like in every figure fans like wrestling world where they'll be making sound effects whenever they're about like 6, 7, maybe. There's a time where it clicks and you start commentating and you start telling your own stories with your figures. And I just never stopped. Like that was it evolved from me doing it with my action figures to then me commentating all of my videos with my character Phoenix Nitro in the W2K franchise on my YouTube channel. And then during the pandemic, one of my closest friends to this day, one of my very, very close friends, brother to me, is the owner of Naptown All Pro, J Rose. J Rose, for those that don't know or unfamiliar, is someone who has been a ring announcer in the professional wrestling scene on the independents for around, I want to say 6, 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. He's ring announced at GCW. He's ring announced at pretty much every big independent company you can think of on the scene. And J Rose is based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Himself and the other founders of Naptown All Pro, Heavyweight Hustle, Calvin Tankman, who a lot of people are familiar with, former MLW competitor, current Deadlock Pro Wrestling world champion. You have Chase Holiday. You have Sean Kemp, not the basketball player, pro wrestler Sean Kemp. He's a good boy. And of course, Hoodfoot, one of the absolute premier deathmatch wrestlers in the world, Hoodfoot, as well as J Rose.
Hoodfoot is fucking crazy.
That's my guy.
I'm just gonna say that here.
That's my guy.
Dude, I'm so glad Hoodfoot's getting flowers on Figure Friday. I should have to fucking Hoodfoot. God damn.
I love Hoodfoot, man. Hoodfoot is one of the funniest people that I have ever met in pro wrestling. So during the pandemic, I hit up J Rose and me and him would talk, and he's like, hey man, what do you want to do? Like, what do you, aside from your YouTube that you got going on, what do you want to do with, like, what do you want to do career wise? What do you want to do with your life? Just like from boys talking to boys, And he was like, what do you seriously want to do? And I'm like, bro, I think I want to do commentary. Like, I think I really want to take a stab at doing commentary because I think I'm good at it. Like, I feel like I'm good, or I feel like I'm decent at it. I realized I didn't know anything about it, which I can get into, but going into, I was told by J Rose to record a video. He had a project called No Hook at Paradigm Pro Wrestling, where he used to help run, and prior to Nap. And the No Hook project, there was a match. It happened during the pandemic, no fans. There was a match he sent me, and I commentated it, and then he sent it off to Dylan Hales. Dylan Hales is one of the premier commentators on the independent wrestling scene. He commentates for nearly almost everything on IWTV, independentwrestling.tv, where you can pretty much check out all of these independent wrestling companies. A lot of places, including Naptown All Pro, are on IWTV. Dylan Hales is someone I have respected for so long, and J Rose got me to record the commentary on this video. He got me to put it together with an edit, and he was like, hey, I told Dylan about you. He wants you to send it to him so that way he can give you critiques. I sent the video to Dylan, and then Dylan gave me some of the most eye-opening critiques ever to it, and it changed the way I did my YouTube videos forever from that point.
Oh, wow.
So that's during the pandemic. Moving though into October 22. Yeah, October 2022. In between there, I started doing commentary on a couple shows here, a couple shows there, never anything consistent. But October 2022, prior to that, Naptown All Pro began in 2022. And as we were moving towards the October show, J Rose hit me up and was like, hey man, we have a spot for commentary. Do you think you could make it out to the show? I'd love to give you an opportunity. And from that day, that's when I say my commentary career really started, because I found a home. And that's why you see me throw it up in everything that I do. That is for Naptown All Pro. That is the Naptown sign. Naptown All Pro is easily one of my favorite environments to be in. It's where all of my friends are. It's where I get to go and my brain shuts off all the extra noise and I'm just locked in on doing commentary. Since October 2022, I started commentating with Have Mercy, Percy Davis, who without Percy, I wouldn't be anything in commentary. Percy took me under his wing. Percy has since moved to Wisconsin, which means that he has sadly not been around Nap for a couple shows, which is the reason why I brought Small Afro in to start commentating with me there. But Percy taught me so much on commentary from that first October show. And then going forward at Naptown, pretty much every month or every other month we would run. And it just kept leveling up. I then started working for a company in North Carolina called Ace. Shout out to Ace. Shout out to Bojack, Tyler El Guapo. Shout out to Superjaw. And shout out to the Goon Squad, man. They gave me an opportunity at Ace to actually start helping with everything behind the scenes as well. I was able to commentate a lot there. I then, because of that booking, got to go to the Premier Wrestling Federation on the coast of North Carolina, which Steve Carino has actually like a little hand in with putting together shows and things. Colby Carino is there. Steve was actually at the show. I've done 2 shows for them. Steve was at the second show, and I got to meet Steve Carino, which was, as y'all can tell, a very big deal to me. Like that's a crazy deal. And then, but going back to the Naptown thing with how all that started, man, like it's kind of a thing where you don't realize the job until you're doing the job with people that actually do the job, if that makes sense. And like, I, as a commentator, have learned so much in the last 2 years to where year and a half, year and a fourth, year and a half. Yeah, year and a third, I'd say, because we're not completely at 2 years yet. But I've learned so much from so many people. Dylan Hales, I've gotten to now do commentary with, which was an amazing experience. We commentated AC Mac's last match up against Rico Gonzalez at Naptown All Pros. Was that Heartbreak? Yeah, it was our July show. So it's on IWTV for the independent. I did an independent wrestling world championship match where AC Mac defended against Hoodfoot, which was a very big match for me. I've commentated with incredible talent, incredible commentators such as Carmen Michaels. I've commentated with, who's an amazing talent that does commentary over at GCW, JCW, all these different places. I've commentated now with Dylan Hales, like I mentioned, Mose from KOBK. They all have taught me so much, Percy being my main partner. From then though, once Percy Davis kind of stepped away from Nap, I basically got put in charge of the commentary at Nap. And like, that's when I fully got submersed into that. Like, okay, I'm steering the ship now for the show in terms of commentating it. And how do I want to go about commentary? How do I want to make this feel different than everywhere else? I'd say my style, for those unaware on commentary, is if you take Mauro Ranallo and Joey Styles from ECW, and then you sprinkle in a little bit of just a little bit of Jim Ross, I guess, with my voice, like that. That's kind of the style that I'm going for. I'm obnoxiously loud, let's say, to the point where some people don't like that style. And no hate, I understand it completely. Like, it's not for everybody, but to me, commentary, I like watching basketball and hearing bang when the 3-pointer gets hit. Like that's what I love. It gets me fired up. So like, I'm very energetic.
It's like when a crowd is hot. Yeah. And you're watching a match and a crowd is hot. It kind of like you said, it submerges you into that sort of environment more. And continue.
So
I cut you off.
Oh no, you're good, bro. We just having
shout out to Australian
here,
internet. Okay, fuck this lag.
All the commentary that I've done thus far, like Nap is definitely my home, man. That's why, like I said, you'll see me throw it up everywhere I go. Without Nap, there would not be me in pro wrestling. It led me to being able to most recently get my biggest opportunity of my career thus far. That was back in January when I got to commentate at the Wrestling Revolver. The main event of that show was Gringo Loco versus John Moxley, and
that is massive.
Getting to commentate not only John Moxley, but getting to commentate an Alex Shelley match, a Gringo Loco match, Rich Swann, just so many people that like I loved watching on the independent scene growing up, and like being able to commentate them, man, like just insane stuff like Ricky Shane Page, Grizzled Young Vets, The Rascals. Like that show is easily the biggest show of my commentary career thus far, and I felt like it went really well, man. It's definitely an interesting thing doing commentary on the independent scene, and the good thing about it though is that every commentator I've ran into, it's such a bond. Like everybody's just trying to motivate and help everybody else. Like, hey man, where are you working this weekend? Oh, let me put your name in over here. Let me talk to
Oh,
you
that's
about this
cool.
place. Let me
Yeah.
try to get you over here. And like
Yeah.
we all just try to help each other and help push each other up. And like, especially in a world of commentary where there's no like, I get asked all the time, like, what my goal is with commentary, right? And I don't really have one because right now, like, it's honestly like, obviously, I would love to one day commentate on television, but with how few spots there are, that just like, it's such a dream of like just preposterous degrees. Like, but I'm living the dream right now, just commentating like everything. I've commentated a death match that one of my favorite matches I've ever commentated was a death match of Mance Warner versus
Oh man.
Lazarus versus Cavern Canyon at Naptown All Pro. And Mance
Right.
Warner, bro, commentating him live, just incredible. Mance Warner versus
Awesome.
Isaiah Broner on this January show we had at Nap this year. Just insane. Like probably my best work in terms of commentary up until the Revolver show that happened like a week later. It's no joke, man. I love it. There's such a world, and it's an art form, and everybody I see a lot of people critiquing like commentators all the time on social media, and like obviously they're right to do so and whatnot, but it's such a harder position than I feel like a lot of people think it is. And you're honestly making or breaking a show for the most part, because there's some stuff I go back in the day and watch a lot, and like just some of the commentary is so bad that it detracts from the match, because then I don't want to listen to it, so I mute it, and then it takes away from the crowd sound and everything. I feel like wrestling is such a portrait that gets painted by not just the wrestlers, not just the referee, not just the audience, not just the commentators, but like everyone that has a hand in the product, from production to
Definitely.
everybody in the ring to like everything. Obviously the main focus is the wrestlers, but like there's so much that gets added to it. And my whole goal with commentary is just I never want to detract from a match. I never want to be a commentator that's just getting my bits off, because that's not what you're there for. You're there to make that match the best it can absolutely be. Anytime I'm watching a match, especially like ones that are starting to hit like that point of like, oh my God, this is genuinely like I'm witnessing magic right here. Like every match, I want it to feel like the WrestleMania 17 main event. Like I want that energy.
Yes,
Like,
dude.
and a lot of people are disagreeing, and like a lot of people are like different views with it, I guess. Of some people would rather have it like you start hot and you slow down a little bit, you make sure you're not killing the crowd out with your commentary either, just like you wouldn't with a match. But like, nah man, I'm just so high energy all the time, where like my style of commentary is I want it to feel, Pat McAfee's a great person that I could reference for like my style as well earlier, because I want it to feel like we're watching wrestling on the couch and we're just talking. That's how I like
Yeah, that's
commentary. It's a
perfect. That's
conversation.
perfect. That's like how I'd want it to be, at least. And if you run out of things to say, just say something and then put Jones at the end of it. The commentary one. No, I love Taz.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to Taz.
Taz.
You mentioned the Rascals as well. I want to quick shout out to Trey Miguel. I got a chance to meet him like a year or two ago. Man, one of the nicest and funniest blokes I'll probably ever meet in wrestling. He's really funny, man. We started singing Interior Crocodile Alligator. It was a great time, you know.
That's awesome, man.
But more so on the side of commentary and not my goddamn tangents on Trey Miguel. I want to ask, which commentator do you think you take the most influence from?
It has to be Joey Styles. Like I would definitely say Joey Styles, because like the way that like I look, and it's crazy now because I'll watch wrestling now and I'm hyper fixated on the commentary. Like, oh, that's how he called that. So Joey Styles is definitely the first one that comes to mind. The second one for sure though is Excalibur, like without a doubt, without question. PWG from 2010 to 2016, I want to say, that was probably what I was invested the most in. outside of ECW for one company for one period of time, and Excalibur's the soundtrack of that because he's commentating every single match, and his style, that's why I think I yell a lot too, is because like whenever he's like unbelievable, like all that type of stuff, bro.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
bro. Like that.
I was just about to
Those
yell
two.
that.
And Mauro Ranallo, obviously, too, is somebody that I feel I take a lot of stuff from. I think for Mauro, the thing that like I've really like taken is I do a lot of pop culture references in my commentary to things that are like happening or things that are relevant to a situation or anything like that. For instance, Indianapolis, Indiana, of course, the Indiana Pacers. There was the whole Malice at the Palace. A lot of times I'll be referencing like Indiana Pacer stuff or Indianapolis Colts things like for different situations at Naptown specifically. Pat McAfee, I don't really want to like, I'm not going to say that I sit here and like take influence from, but ever since he came on to start doing commentary, I just feel like our styles are so similar. And that dude, man, like when it's all said and done, I feel like he's gotta be one of the number one, like not number one, but like top 10 commentators of all time. Something I just thought about
Pumas
too.
aren't talked about how fast they are. Okay.
Something I just thought about is my number when I was speaking about it, because it's hard for me to like really talk about it because it's two combined. So I never really think to put them in like a category like this. If you were to go, okay, this is Phoenix Nitro, the commentator, and you look inside the DNA, I am just the baby of Don West and Mike Tenay. When you go back and watch TNA Impact, that is just me encapsulated because I have
That's
all
awesome.
the knowledge of Mike Tenay, and then I'm just a loud motherfucker like Don West.
Yeah,
and I don't care what anybody says. That's my greatest duo of all time in terms of commentary. And behind them, Michael Cole and Taz.
I mean, bro, come on. I mean, like that's two of the best combos in my honest opinion. And
Absolutely.
Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura is up there. Just for Jesse Ventura was a little crazy. I loved him, man. Listening to him back in the day and going back and listening to some manias is fun with him. So I would ask who's the GOAT of commentary in your opinion, but is it like a Joey Styles? Is it a Moro?
Nah, I would have to say Jim Ross, with the caveat of to a point. Like I love Jim Ross so much. I just wish he would retire by now, man. Like I love him, and I love that he's still getting to do what he wants to do when he does get to do it, and all respect in the world to him. But man, it's hard to argue about the go-to commentary when it comes to Jim Ross. Like a lot of people, I know Jim Ross credits Gordon Solie, and Gordon Solie is phenomenal to go back and listen to from all those championship wrestling from Florida's. He's a phenomenal guy to study because like that's just a whole different style and a whole different era. Jim Ross, Gordon Solie, and I would probably put for third, I don't care what a lot of people say, Michael Cole has probably consistently been one of the best of ever. Like,
dude, people say like even WWE calls him the voice of WWE, and whether you like it or not, dude, I think it's just a fact at this point. Like, if I'm listening back to my fandom, I was born in 2001, and so I really started watching Ruthless Aggression, and he's just been there. Like the whole time. Michael Cole's just been there. Did I lag? Hello?
Oh, I think maybe.
Yeah. Dude, StreamYard! Anyway, Hannah, let's get into the chat, okay? Let's not lag and get to the chat. Tony Schiavone in the mud, damn right. Hunter-Roni, Hime. Did I say that right?
I don't think you did. But Tony Schiavone's a great commentator. I love Tony Schiavone. I think Tony Schiavone's amazing. I just don't think he's like, I don't fit his style or anything like that. I will say Schiavone has some of my favorite calls though. Like when it comes
Sting?
to dude, easily. Yeah. It's Sting that's gotta be one of the best things ever. Like honestly. There's so many like good commentators though, man. I think there's so many good ones that it's very apparent when there's a bad person on commentary of like they're just not good at commentary. Like I think that's more apparent.
I want to ask you this, dude. Daddy Magic Matt Bernard has been getting a lot more opportunities on commentary lately on AEW television. I'm not sure if you've been checking it out.
Oh, absolutely, I have been.
Dude, what do you think of Daddy Magic doing some commentary? I like that they're actually using him for stuff, man. He's really funny and entertaining, I think.
I think he I think in the same vein that Taz started doing commentary in 2001, I feel like if they had Menard on commentary all the time, I think he would be like the next Taz, if that makes sense. Of like, I'm not gonna say he's gonna have the exact Taz style, but like going from wrestler to commentator like that, I think he fits that mold perfectly because his voice is very easy to listen to, and he doesn't overstep. He always tries to tell the stories right. He's not trying to just get his, like Jericho. Whenever Jericho's on any of the AEW shows, he's trying to get his bits off and like about his stuff. Like Daddy Magic doesn't really do that, and like that's something I feel like is very important. Is he's actually like not just trying to get his stories in or anything like that. Again though, like most of the time he's only calling Garcia matches though, but like
Yeah.
he's doing it in the
That's
same
my
vein
boy
where,
right
like,
there, Danny
yeah,
Garcia.
yeah. So like he does it
I
in
love
a
it.
good way. So I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love him. I love him.
Yeah, dude, honestly, like you said, man, I think if they give him a lot more opportunities, dude, because he is fun to listen to, he's entertaining. When he talks to you in the camera, dude, his eyes are like looking through your soul. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those eyes are popped and they're looking at you. And so, dude, I mean, shout out to Daddy Magic over here, but why does he need a shout out? Okay, he's doing better than me. Okay. I need a shout out from Daddy Magic, literally. Paragon says, bro, literally made me want to start a Fed. That's pretty cool. Damn,
Dude,
Nitro gotta
yeah.
give us a damn, dude.
Hey, bro, like
That's cool.
that's honestly some of the craziest stuff about like doing the YouTube stuff. I gotta get a big shout out to Sir LOL's the third. He actually made a custom action figure of my character from the 2K game, and he also made a custom action figure of one of my closest friends, X3. And then he had a pick fed match with them, and I reacted to it. And that was the first ever time I reacted to action figure stuff on my main channel, and the video blew up. So that's what started me doing all of the figure reactions that I do on the on YouTube now.
Yeah. And when it comes to like collecting, when did you start collecting? When did you start like?
I don't think
as soon as you watched wrestling.
Yeah, it had like it was right out the womb. Like I really didn't
Yeah.
have anything. Like there was really nothing that I didn't collect, I guess, when it came to wrestling stuff. Wrestling's the only thing I've loved ever. Like in terms of like, I never grew up really like, obviously I was cognizant of basketball and football. I just never really watched it. Wrestling's the thing that I've been just tunnel visioned my entire life on when it comes to that. So I've been basically collecting my whole life, like honestly, which is crazy. Like as soon as I was 2, whenever they put me in front of the TV, turned 3 like a couple months later. So I've been watching wrestling since I was 2, 3. So ever since then I've had toys. So I've always collected.
Yeah. Do you know that first memory of who you saw on screen the first time?
So yeah, I absolutely do. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the first person I remember. Had to have been 2001. It's actually the earliest memory that I have. Recently lost my great grandfather, and it involves him, where he comes into the room because as like a little kid, I'm just like, oh hell yeah! Whenever Austin says, "Give me a hell yeah," and then my great granddad came and said, "Hey, you're too young to say that," and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So Stone Cold was one. One of the earliest memories I had as well was, you know how we all used to wrestle our pillows and things like that. When I was graduating kindergarten. Or no, preschool. I was graduating preschool or kindergarten. I forget which one by now, but Kurt Angle and Edge had the hair versus hair match. I had a hair versus hair match against my pillow. My preschool graduation was coming up. It was literally the next day. I lost the hair versus hair. I put the pillow over. So I got my safety scissors and I cut a strip out of my hair, walked out, and I looked at my mom. I go, I lost. And my mom goes, what? And had to shave my head bald.
Oh man,
yeah,
dude, I've done that, but I as a kid have cut my own hair, but it wasn't in a hair versus hair match. I mean, I wish I had that story to tell people. I'd feel a lot less ashamed and embarrassed about it because that. I mean, at least you put the pillow over. That's amazing, dude. I need footage of that, and I need you, Phoenix Nitro, now to commentate over it.
Dude,
I think that's what.
Surprisingly,
we need full circle.
Surprisingly, I've lost my hair so many times in the past 4 years just from like losing a hair versus hair match or getting somebody donated $200 to a Patreon once, and I shaved my head for it. So
Yeah,
like,
I would.
dude, like crazy, man.
I mean, maybe I'll have to rethink that, guys. Don't send me $200 and expect me to trade Sandman. I'm not gonna plant my flag on that. Jacob, the wrestling fan, how's it going, my man? How you doing?
What's up, Big
Sam.
Jake?
Yeah, big joke. Kenny Omega is live on Twitch. The rating war has begun, dude. Oh, he's gonna get it, dude. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, but he's gonna get it. Okay. The Orlando one's bigger than the Clearwater. I think that's Hogan's Beach Shop.
Yeah.
Being an ECW fan, will you be buying the Sandman figure in Elite 111, dude?
Oh, I
Come on.
can't.
Oh,
I can't wait to see what it looks like, bro. Because, dude, okay, so
any
I
guesses? Any
see.
attire guesses?
I think I saw over at on My Damn Toys' video. Shout out to Trey, that's one of my homies.
Yeah, shout
I
out.
feel like I think I've seen that he said that in the rumored lineup it was going to be Sandman had the chase. If Sandman has the chase and they do for the regular series, you have to do the black Sandman with the kendo stick and then the
I think
black
I know where you're
pants.
going with this.
The chase has to be the US flag pants and the white shirt.
Yes, dude.
Has to be,
yes,
bro.
Thank God.
Has to be.
Yes, bro. I've been saying this like I don't know if they're gonna put like Sandman in the Legends line or something like that, but like even that, like I just need the U.S. pants, bro. Like
Dude,
I think that's like such an iconic attire, definitely for sure.
as an ECW fan, man, there was like there's just so much untapped potential in the Mattel
Yeah.
line. And I know it's not Mattel's fault. WWE doesn't have Legends deals with a lot of these ECW alumni. But man, there's so many that I need, that I want, that I crave to have. Oh man.
Like I'm so glad. Like I just for example, like ECW Paul Heyman would be awesome. Like we got Paulie
Yeah.
Dangerously, but you know, like Paul Heyman with like the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yep.
And
Trench coat.
ECW hat, trench coat in it. Yes,
Yep.
dude.
Oh my god.
And
Pass.
yes, little press pass and everything, bro. It has the whole gimmick, the whole nine, and even like I hope we see like Mattel maybe even makes a one night stand playset or something like that, or like imagine. Imagine for a crowd fund there, and then you get like the crowd in this like the Hammerstein ballroom, like kind of, or whatever it is.
That would
whatever
be
the
so
case
cool.
was, dude. Oh man,
I actually got Diorama Dad on Instagram at Diorama Dad.
He's awesome, bro. Shout
bro,
out to
I
him.
got him to make my custom ECW stage based off of One Night Stand 06. And absolutely recommend his work, man. That is one of my favorite things in my collection, man, is having that custom ECW stage diorama, man.
Yeah, I mean dude, the work he does, guys. If you aren't following, go into Diorama Dad's Instagram, bro, and check out the work he does. Okay, he's hilarious. He's a great guy too. With all that being said, and he just makes great shit. So big shout out to Diorama Dad. I want to ask though. You're an IMDb.
Am I? What?
Yeah.
Why?
Did you know this?
No. What?
It is for your work. You brought it up actually for your work for Wrestling Revolver for the Mox vs Gringo match.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, fun fact. I was looking up.
Whoa.
I had to look up Dalton, man. So, you weren't aware you had an IMDb?
That's nuts. No, I never knew. That's so cool.
Wow. So I thought that would at least let you know once you get like an IMDb page.
Just breaking, bro. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's so cool. Like that's genuinely nuts. So like one of the crazier things about like the YouTube thing to me, like there's been like little milestone type things in my career where it's been like, whoa, that's nuts. One of them that happened was famousbirthdays.com emailed me and was like, hey, we would love to put your birthday in. So many people are looking at what your birthday is. Can you send us information? And I never got back to them. So the information on there ain't right. But it's nuts that they asked me because that's a big website. That happened. I was actually a part. I'm in the WrestleQuest video game that came out last year.
Yeah, dude. Shout out.
Nuts. That's one of my biggest goals. My number one biggest thing that I want to accomplish from this ever is I want to be in an action figure line. I don't know. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it would need to be. If Matt Cardona and Brian Myers ever start doing, let's just say FWF for real, which I know they've done a couple episodes of. If they need another commentator, by all means, I'm saying, I know the action figure lingo, baby. I got a collection. Come through. Let me commentate for you, baby.
There's a little bit of Jimmy Hart right there. Damn. Um, but yeah, dude. Like, I've been like, I've had this idea, and I don't think I've said it publicly, but I'm like, I want to like hit up like Headeration or something like that, and start like a collab series, and have like all these influencers or something, all these content creators get like a tray, head scan actually like modeled and made, maybe even a Dalton, maybe a Nick Storm, then in the
I
future.
actually like just seen 3XR dropped a
Shout out.
Chris Danger
Yeah.
figure, which like, dude, that stuff, man, is so fire to see. I think in terms of the action figure community, it's so crazy to see 3D printing become what it is, because
Yeah.
there's just so much that's able to be done now. A space that I really like, and I've started to see more creators starting to do it now. A space that I feel like is untapped potential right now, and is going to be amazing over the next year and a half, 2 years, seeing all these creators that are currently posting stuff about it. I can't wait to see people start doing big stages and like sets, rather than just like, because we've seen a lot like of the past 4, 5, 6, 7 years now of everybody evolving with the heads and everything and the championships. But I feel like that next level is going to be when people start making like, they do like a crowdfund thing on their own, like a pledge on their own for like, I don't know, like just random one that came off the top of my head, like a WrestleMania 22 stage that you can get, and like they'll 3D print it and ship it off to you and everything. I think whenever we get to that point, that's gonna be nuts, bro. Like,
I mean, dude,
it's
like
so
when
crazy.
you think about it, yeah, you could like definitely get it up in like a 3D kind of software and make up like your own Nitro stage crowdfund that you could make like even the panels, the boards and stuff like that, spray paint it up, all that stuff, and yeah, like I think once we get to that point, and I think that's around the corner, honestly. Now you bring it up, dude. I'm surprised I haven't started seeing that yet. Maybe I think Diorama Dad is crazy with it already.
Yeah.
So
there is actually I forget the name of it off the top of my head, forgive me, but there is actually a user on Instagram that I've seen that is actually starting to sell 3D printed Nitro stage that's based off the crowdfunder. So highly recommend seeking that out, man, because there's seeing 3D printing becoming what it is, man, I think is going to really only continue to help evolve the action figure space and what we need, not just with like WWE stuff, but like I've recently been dabbling, because I really only do the wrestling figure stuff, but I've recently been dabbling into the Batman animated series figures, and I've seen like they do like 3D printed heads for like Batman with all these different faces, and it's magnetic and all this other stuff, and I'm like, whoa, like cool. Dude, yeah, like, so it'd be crazy to start seeing some of that stuff get put into the WWE or the wrestling side of things, because I remember when Warsman was the only one that would do they would do the head shrinking and the head enlarging on
dude, oh my god, I remember that one Kenny Omega that was like a little pop Funko almost, and like people would shrink down that head and then use that for customs and stuff. Yeah, like that is kind of nuts. Dude, I had a train of thought. I'm gonna blame Coffee on this. Blame Coffee on the train of thought. Big Rubber Nitro LMAO. I'd love to see Sabu. Oh man, like shout out to Epic Toys, releasing their own Sabu, their uncensored line Sabu. But like an official Sabu, I think like is I think bucket list item for me, and Spike Dudley as well. That'd be fun.
That's a good, like, because you saying the ECW crowdfunder earlier. How many figures came with the WCW one that we never got?
Like 5, 4? Maybe?
Yeah. Okay. So like, I feel like with a crowdfunder for ECW, right? If I was the one that was choosing who was in it, I feel like you have to have Paul Heyman. You have to have Paul Heyman. I feel like for the crowdfunder,
ultimate Paul Heyman in the trench coat and the 5 o'clock shadow.
I feel like Heyman would definitely be there with the trench coat, the press pass, the hat, and then underneath would be the suit, because he did rock that type of style. And then I would say I would leave Rob Van Dam out. Now I know people would be like, why? RVD is like one of the biggest people ever from ECW, but we get him a lot. I don't feel like he needs to be in the crowdfunder. I'm gonna say the first reveal would be Raven. I think Raven in the crowdfunder would be nuts because I don't think that's going to be a mainline figure you'd ever really see. I think the next person that I would say, if you have Raven, you have to have Dreamer, but with obviously Dreamer working elsewhere, it'd be difficult. But Tommy Dreamer, I think, would be good for that. If I have 5, the 4th one would probably be the 4th one I'd say would probably be a niche figure that wouldn't really be in the main line probably ever. So I would say Spike Dudley, or honorable mention to Mike Awesome, maybe Sabu too.
Yo, dude. Yeah, okay.
And then last but not least, just for the crowdfunder, bro, it's got to be New Jack.
Yeah.
It's got to be New Jack.
Yeah.
Because you would never get another New Jack figure, and then you could do the New Jack 187 shirt. Oh, that'd be sick,
dude. I can't feel my legs. You ain't gonna need them. Bombs away. I'm just gonna recreate that in every match ever.
A New Jack figure would be nuts.
If we get, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna put it on this Figure Friday on this FF right now. Phoenix Nitro saying it, quoting it, dude. If we get a New Jack, I might have to give you some. I don't have to like give you money or something like that.
Dude,
like for you just manifesting it.
Because like it'd be so easy for them to do. I feel so. This is a hot take on Figure Friday. I hate Ultimates. Man. I don't like Ultimates. I hate Ultimates. I think I will say with the reveal that happened today, there is something that I think that is better about Ultimates now, but. New Jack, I think, would be so easy to do because you could just do the camo pants and then you could have the black singlet top with all his tattoos and then just include 2 cloth shirts. One that's the New Jack 187 and then one that's a different New Jack shirt because the 187 is the one that everybody always thinks about. But the figure reveals today kind of has me interested about Ultimates. I'm not going to lie.
No, you know what? Bring back the entrance greats line and have Natural Born Killers playing on the little the New Jack.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I know that would never happen ever, but a man can dream. Okay, a man can dream. Let's get a little bit into these news topics here because there was some figure reveals and we have not touched on them yet because we just had such a great conversation, dude. Just so easy to talk to. We've been having a blast, but. It's not done yet because we got some figure reveals to talk about. I don't know if you saw this Phoenix Nitro, but
I did, sadly.
Pre-order for this Chris Jericho House and Ringside exclusive. Dude, so this is the one of the newest Ringside exclusives from AEW Jazzware. Figure retails for $35 reduce and expected to ship in late June. It comes with all this fun stuff. I like the cape at least. The cape looks cool.
Yeah.
I will say, for a Ringside exclusive, you know, okay, I like the silliness. I like silly stuff. I like comedy. Comedy's kind of funny, a little bit. And I guess this wasn't really like on AEW television, but Jericho he's Jericho. It's Chris Jericho. Does anyone need this?
I think
not to be mean. I know people will want it, and I know people. It's a fun release. I'm gonna say this right now. It's a fun release.
I will say this. Does anybody need it? I actually think because it is a Ringside Collectibles exclusive that you need 2. One order using code ICON to save yourself 10% off. And then a second order to use code Nitro and save yourself even more. So I'm just saying, maybe you need 2. But I mean, if I have to be honest and critique, bro, I have such a love-hate relationship with Jazzwares because, man, what are we doing? Why are you doing Jericho with the Danhausen thing when we still haven't gotten a lot of people, man, that are like coming to the company? You could have used this spot to do something crazy to like finally, you know, start getting that hype back. Like you could have done something with like, I don't know, like a Takeshita exclusive or something like that. Or like, I don't know, man. Ibushi's been there for a little bit already, man. You could have done like an Ibushi exclusive or something along those lines. Like,
I mean, we've known Will Ospreay was signed for like 5 months now. We've known that he's gonna be signed and you know, coming here in February, which he is now in AEW. So I mean, even then, I mean, I don't doubt they're working on that right now.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, Jazzwares and Mattel, there's a lot of Ringside exclusives that come out throughout the year. So if this is just one of those many, then I'm alright to skip on this. Thankfully, my wallet won't be hurting.
Yeah.
From this purchase. Yeah.
I will say a plus of it. I feel like this is a different torso.
Wait,
for
sorry.
Jericho.
Even Sam was like, "Does Jericho even need it?" Yeah, it's like
I think
probably.
this is a different torso, right, than the
Yeah,
other Jerichos we've seen.
let's check. It could be. Could be. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised.
I feel like it is, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a different body, but I could be wrong on that. Uh, I don't know, man. It's just I feel like there's not enough bang for your buck with this one, like at all.
Unless like the packaging is crazy. But
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. They definitely could do something crazy with the packaging. I mean the
It'd be
Danhausen
fu-
packaging,
it'd be funny if
but
they just reused the Danhausen packaging but put Jericho's face on it.
like really like photoshopped it on like pretty like
Yeah, like put
uh
like tape on it or something.
yeah, put a thing of tape. No, Aiden, we're not getting this. We need Nick without the hair. The fact you said "da hair" is even more insulting. What's up, Mo? Mo the Fig God. The drop down hips on Ultimates are my least favorite thing. Yeah, I honestly just glue them in place if they annoy the hell out of me. Like on the RVD, dude. Actually, not on the RVD. What was it? I don't know. On one other Ultimate, I just had to glue it. I think it was AJ. It got insane.
Ugh, those torsos, man.
Oh no, they're totally going to do that. Yeah, we're giving them ideas. Moving on though, cause holy hell, dude, we got to now. Yeah, like you said, you're like pretty haphazard on Jazzheads, dude. They hit it out of the park in this line a little bit with some of these figures.
Yeah.
Now, new pre-order alert for AEW Unmatched 9, featuring Blackpool Combat Club, Jamie Hayter, Jeff Hardy, Alex Reynolds, Chase as well in there as well. Finally getting Alex.
Oh, I could talk
Alex
about
Reynolds.
that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, dude, I dislike it. I don't like
It's
it.
so
But hey,
it's so stupid.
I don't have to like everything because
Yeah.
that's what opinions are.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Claudio, bro, holy hell, I'm loving it, man. It's like he's sporting the Forbidden Door 2022 look. His
Yeah.
like debut look when he first Zack Sabre Jr. Bro, what a match that was. Holy hell. Love that. I watched it like 3 times after the pay-per-view was over. I was so excited about Claudio. Very excited to be finally getting a Claudio updated in tights. This is the first Claudio Cesaro in tights that we're actually getting in figure form ever. So, very, very exciting to get this. Dude, what do you think of this figure releasing?
I'm excited to get Claudio from AEW. I do feel this is what I was talking about when I said I have a love-hate relationship with Jazzwares, man. We saw Swerve renders 2.5 years ago, and he only just recently came out. So I'm always like haphazardly like, do I want to get too excited for it or do I not? I will say though, it looks great. Like I think Claudio looks really dope in this render. I also love the fact that we're getting cloth Blackpool Combat Club jacket. I think that's like the selling point for me for real. I love
yeah.
Claudio, Kings of Wrestling, one of my favorite tag teams ever. So Claudio, I think is gonna be dope to have in the collection. I'm a little I feel like Claudio is one, and we've already seen it with the Ring of Honor vault figure of Claudio, what they did with his bald head scan. So like they definitely can nail his face, which I think will be very good for them. I like that he comes with a lot of different hands.
Dude, yeah, that's a fact. I don't know if that's a lot of hands for Claudio.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't feel like he
Maybe
does.
is that just the same set of hands, just turning them clockwise and stuff?
Oh, okay, that
It
makes
could be.
sense. Yeah, okay, that would make sense. Yeah,
Dude, imagine this Claudio's like just comes with 10 sets of hands, just out of nowhere. But dude, yeah, like you said, bro, it looks pretty great. Like Kings of Wrestling, shout out to Chris Hero.
my favorite wrestler of all time. That's my number one.
Yeah, bro.
my
Oh,
goat.
bro, that Cassius Ohno figure is really good. I still need that elite Cassius Ohno.
Oh, I bought it. Like I bought it immediately when it went on eBay. When it came out,
You got it.
yeah, that's my grail. That's my number one.
Yeah.
Even though it was very like it was, I spent $120 on it, but it was worth it, every penny of it. And like since then, I've now cut the rubber shirt off and given it a cloth LeBron James number 24 Lakers jersey. That PWR Lucha, I believe.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure I got the acronym right. That PWR Lucha made, which my Claudio figure, which the last Claudio I had was the Cesaro black and yellow elite. And I put the LeBron jersey on Claudio. I put the Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba black and yellow jersey on Hero figure.
Awesome.
So it's gonna be dope to have an updated Claudio, man. I love all the Blackpool Combat Club stuff. I think this is some of Claudio's best work in his entire career, and it's dope to have a figure that symbolizes it.
I agree with you, dude. I was always big on Cesaro. I was like, I was in the Cesaro section always, you know, mentally. I was always in the Cesaro section, you know, never got the push that I really wanted to see from him in WWE. So him going over to AEW made me so excited. That's why I watched that
Yeah.
Zack Sabre Jr. match like 3 times. He was one of the guys like I just had to like I had tabs on. When I wasn't even watching WWE, you know, I kept tabs
Absolutely.
on him. So yeah, shout out to this. Can't freaking wait for this. And moving on. We got a John Moxley, dude. Now, I can't remember if this is the match where he faced CM Punk at All Out, or if this is the Tanahashi match from that year, Forbidden Door. It's one of the two. Anyway, regardless, I think these pants, bro, that we're getting from Mox are really clean, and I think
Yeah.
we're getting chest hair as well finally with that Claudio and with this Mox as well, which Jazzwares doesn't tap into much. So I'm glad we're getting a lot more chest hair options and stuff. Which is nice. It's so weird to complain about chest hair, but whatever, okay? We need to be real fur chest hair like George the Animal Steel from the Jax line. No, but yeah, this figure is coming to us, and we're getting the like black hoodie as well. Could be staining, okay? So be wary of this, okay? Good stain, okay? But regardless, bro, I like the look of this, and man, it's just every Mox they released, it's like I keep thinking that's like the definitive Mox or something. I feel like I don't know.
I hope they fix the height. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I
yeah,
hope. Like that's the biggest thing
definitely.
that I hope with the Mox, because the Mox figures I've just felt like they've all been great, but I just feel like they've just always been a little too tall. So I'm hoping they can fix the height with this one, because I'll be honest, this one I haven't gotten a new Mox since I believe the first Mox that we got, but this is definitely
Dude,
going to be the updated one that I get.
that Unrivaled 2 Mox is still
So
like a
good.
standalone great figure. Like
Yeah.
apart from like mine's like a little bit loose, but that's because like I don't know the technology from the first couple series or whatever it
Yeah.
was. You know, it's now advanced and changed since. But yeah, like that still stands alone. That's what this head scanner reminds me of a lot. Actually, it reminds me of that
Yeah.
Wave 2. But yeah, bro. Like I like you said, dude. I can't wait for this. Dude, oh man, I had to slam on my desk. Sorry if that scared anyone out there. I know, I'm hearing dogs barking now. Next up, dude, Wheeler Goshan Yuta. Finally getting a BCC Wheeler Yuta. You know, we had a ringside exclusive Wheeler Yuta with the Blood and Guts that came out not too long ago. I believe was it this year or last year or sometime. Everything's all the days are the same to me. Okay, every day is the same. No, but dude, I'm loving this shirt and this attire with this Wheeler Yuta, dude. I think the white with the blood splatter looks real clean. I'm
Yeah,
liking that we're getting the pure title as well. But
I think that immediately when the Ringside Collectibles exclusive came out of the Blood and Guts, I love the Blood and Guts figures, but I'm more of a I would rather not have the blood. Like I like just having the clean figure. So
yep.
immediately I was like, when they announced the Wheeler Yuta figure, I can't wait. Like in the main line, I can't wait to just pop the body off and pop it onto the gear of the Wheeler Yuta we got in the Ringside exclusive. Because like obviously that was babyface Wheeler Yuta, and now we have the Blackpool Combat Club just decked out Yuta figure. And this, like Yuta's head scans looked great on the Ringside exclusive. This looks great as well. Another Ring of Honor Pure Championship is dope to have in the collection. That's something that like it's crazy that we're getting these ROH titles, because it's something I never thought we'd ever see until ROH got picked up by AEW, obviously. So like it's dope to have that in figure form, and more cloth the better, I feel, when it comes to Jazzwares. So it's dope seeing them continue to do more cloth goods.
Yeah, definitely. And the BCC shirt you can put on your Claudio, your Mox, your
Yep.
Danielson in this set too. So like very interchangeable stuff here. A lot of the case, I guess, with this Blackpool Combat Club set is you can put like a lot of the accessories on any one
Yeah.
of the members in here, like the jackets and stuff like that, which is cool. And moving on, we have like debut Danielson right here. We got him with the sweats on. We have him with the joggers, the sneakers on, and the white shirt. We got him with the tied up hair, the smiley face. I like this release. Man, this torso. I don't know if you have this one of the
Yep.
Danielsons from AEW. It's just real. It's big. It's a big
He
torso.
I don't it's one of those things too, because like the fix is always just put the MJF torso on it. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't especially
I don't have that
after.
many MJFs.
Yeah, and then like I don't understand. Like obviously, there's a lot of stuff that we don't understand with business and things of that nature of like how things
Right.
go and how the like the process is or anything. But I just feel like whenever you have the part already and you see the like the complaints, like the Moxley, I get like you're not really gonna be able to change the height, I guess, of the mold or whatever. But like you have a body that works, just switch it to that body. We recently saw that finally with Mattel with AJ Styles, where they finally started using the right body that they should have been using all along for AJ's figures. Now, like, I just feel like that's been kind of another one of those love-hate things with Jazz, where it's like, it doesn't bother me. Like, there's a lot of like height issues I feel that's happened with Jazzwares and things, and I can like roll past those, but like just certain body things, it's just more like, man, you have the thing right there. Can we just do that, please?
I know, yeah.
The plain white
I,
tee,
like,
crazy accessory.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like? No, I'm sorry. But yeah, dude, crazy accessory, and this is not the only plain white tee we'll be talking about with reveals, which is kind of wild in the same week when you think about it. And moving on, let's finish out this set, round out this set. We got this Jamie Hayter figure coming here with the AEW Women's title, dude.
The
I
new one,
held off
first
on
time
the,
ever.
Yeah, I held off on that initial Jamie Hayter
I did too.
figure. But
I did too.
I just, yeah, for me, I think the likeness wasn't all there, but bro, holy hell, like this figure looks great. You got the, you even have like, I don't know what the fluorescent knee pad and like attire and stuff like that. You can even see it like around the chest, the hip, the knee pad, and the hair as well. This is the Jamie Hayter I remember in her reign, honestly, and I cannot wait for her to like come back all healed and everything. Yep. Yeah, dude, Aiden, my mate here, is a huge Jamie Hayter fan, so Haterade, let's go. Yeah, dude. So, yeah, what do you think of this, Phoenix?
The one thing that I'll never understand with Jazzwares figures is because I'm a big women's wrestling fan, and like that's like women's wrestling is something I'm very passionate about, and like I feel like a lot of people don't put enough respect on women's wrestling. So when it comes to a lot of figures, like I collect pretty much as many women's figures as I can, honestly, just because like I love a lot of the talent that's in there. Something with Jazzwares that's really annoying that I think that happens a lot is with the women's figures specifically, they never give us fist hands for whatever reason. Like, and I don't know if it's just because, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I still play with the figures a little bit every here and now and then. It reminds me of my childhood.
Me too.
You know?
Got it, dude. You blow off steam, bro. I have a like 7-star classic. Yeah.
Why we've evolved, man? Just give us the closed fist. It's so annoying playing with the figure with it like that. Like I don't know if I'm the only one like that, but like it's just give me a closed fist. Like why do we only have to have the open hands? That's the only negative that I have about this. Other than that, this is one of my favorite figures that's gotten revealed in quite some time. I think, like you said, man, the hair and the head is just so on point. And obviously the new AEW Women's World Championship, I just hope the scale of it's good, because that was an issue we had with the AEW women's titles with the figures before, was the scale being off.
That's right, yeah. And like you'll see it here and there with the TNT title now too. It's still pretty big in my opinion. When it comes to like releases and stuff like that, like on Wardlow, it looks like the big gold, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's still talking about this Jamie Hayter though, dude. Yeah, like Aiden said, Nick can vouch for me. I love women's wrestling. Yeah, so this is, I think, bro, like this is like a just this great standalone release. Like I said, I can't wait for her to come back healed and actually like. And yeah, like where are the fist hands? Like I want to lay some forearms in with my
like
women.
Think about it. Like genuinely think about it, man. There is so many women's figures that have come out in AEW that do not have them. Like I don't believe Red Velvet had them. I don't believe I know Ruby had them because she had the oh wait, no, Ruby doesn't have a fist hand. She has that hand and then she has the mitten. So like, dude, there's so many figures that just don't. That's just such a little nitpick, but like that's one of my biggest nitpicks with Jazzware women's figures. Oh man.
Dude. Hey, we call them Nick picks over here, dude. Like sometimes Nick picks. I even said it accidentally just then. Sometimes nitpicks are worth it. You know, I feel like something like that with a fist hand. It's a wrestling figure. It's a wrestling action figure.
Yeah.
Fist. Like Kyle Peterson, he's a big advocate for
Kyle
fist
Peterson.
hands. Yeah, shout
Absolutely.
out to him, bro. Big friend.
Dude, I need to get that book. Need to get the book. I want to read it so bad.
Me and you both, bro. Me and you both. It looks so good. There's like, oh, I can't put that book over enough. Guys, watch that episode with Kyle Peterson if you haven't yet. It's a great episode. He talks fondly about that book. But Guys, Alex Reynolds chase.
Oh, I'm
now.
so mad about this.
Phoenix, you were talking to me. You teased it a little bit about this Alex Reynolds. Now, what do you think of this? Of your thoughts on this figure? I think
Okay,
the figure looks great.
as a figure. Amazing looking figure. I don't like the fact that it's a rubber jacket, but I'll get past that. The figure on its own looks amazing. My biggest qualm, my biggest gripe, my biggest issue with Jazzwares. I understand doing chases and rares. I get it. I love it. Whenever you do it with a second attire for someone in the main line, when you're out here locking a character like Alex Reynolds to finish off a collection behind a chase and a rare, when you're locking the bunny to finish off the butcher and the blade behind a chase and a rare, and I believe there's a couple more instances of this by now, it blows my mind because why? Why would you do that? Like, I understand creating the necessity for a 1 out of 500 and like what Jax used to do back in the day. And now obviously what Jeremy Padawer is doing with the AEW line, and we're getting those chases and those rares back. But to lock a character's only release, because we know how this goes with lineups, we're not going to see an Alex Reynolds figure again for quite some time, probably, if ever. So locking it behind a chase and rare is the biggest annoyance to me about these figures that we've seen. And I'm not even gonna lie, vault figures as well, a little bit. Granted, we don't know everything about the vault figures yet, so that's why I haven't gone too like annoyed about it. I'm waiting until the 27th, I believe, is when the vault gets revealed. But hearing that we have these dope figures like the bunny, like Alex Reynolds, and like I said earlier, I'm a big women's wrestling fan, and like seeing that Abaddon was going to be in that spot until that figure got pulled, it's just very frustrating that I have to deal with eBay scalpers. Whenever you have a perfect example, the Brody King that just came out with the mainline release, love it. I love the ski mask head that comes with the rare or the
bro, that's like so Ring of Honor. That's so like,
dude,
Brody King,
I'm cool with that one. That chase is fine to me because they have a mainline figure. The CM Punk, because I keep this on my desk, the CM Punk red shorts instead of the yellow shorts. I am absolutely cool with that. Whenever you lock behind a character solely to that, though, that's when I feel like, come on, man, that's not cool.
Dude, when you started saying that, I started thinking the only way we can get a Billy Gunn in the AEW line is if we get the Chase figure that just came out or that 3-pack. So either way, you're paying over retail for a standalone figure, unless you find it at retail, but it's a Chase. How, that's not guaranteed. And like, look, Hanaroni, please, how do I pronounce this? Am I saying it right? Hanaroni?
I believe you're saying it right. Yeah.
All right, I want to show the utmost respect to my freaking dyslexic tendencies. Okay, absolutely. Like I'm against it. I don't know how it became a thing. I mean, I think I don't know. Like I can keep talking, but like I don't know enough of the business side to be like, well, I guess I'm like I don't know what I'm saying, but like that's a good opinion to have. Like you want the figure. Like I don't know how wrong of a thing that is, that you just want the figure, you know what I mean? You want to have like every opportunity. I think Alex Reynolds wants to have the opportunity to go into a store and find his own figure too. Like that's like, Isaiah Cassidy, Sammy Guevara, and like all these people, finding their own figures in stores and stuff like that, recording it, being so happy. I mean, I get like that'd be something as well. Like I guess Alex Reynolds will have to be fig hunting if he even if he doesn't want to. But moving on, dude.
Oh boy,
bro!
Whoo! This might
be crazy to me. This
might be one of the best Jeff Hardy figures of all time. I know it's in street clothes, but this might be the best Jeff figure of all time.
Bro, I think because it's in street clothes could be one of the reasons why it's the best Jeff Hardy's of all time. Because we don't have. Have we ever gotten a Jeff Hardy in street clothes?
Well, now that I say that out loud, I mean, Jeff really just be wearing pants anyways. So I mean, I guess all of his figures are street clothes.
He just has those Janko jeans everywhere he goes, right? But yeah, like I wonder what shirt it's gonna come with. This probably like I think when he raced down and had this chair and he juked a little bit before saving Matt Hardy, I think he had like a jacket or something or a shirt on. But yeah, like, dude, the first time we're getting like this amount of tattoo detail in a Jeff Hardy, that's for damn sure, because this is the the only time it's been updated to this current, state of Jeff Hardy, which is just completely tatted up everywhere, and it looks great, dude. I love how like the demon looks on the back as well. We're getting a chair that he's painted up as well with that thing. I think that's gonna be really really cool. But yeah, like I wonder what else is gonna come with this when it's gonna, whether it's gonna be a shirt or whatever the case is. But when it's all said and done, man, Phoenix, you said it. It might be one of the best Jeff Hardy figures.
Dude, it looks so cool.
It looks great, dude. I love the hair as well. The ponytail, like the undercut,
Yeah.
dude. It looks great, bro. I can't wait. I wonder where, like, we saw renders of that Jeff Hardy with face paint and long hair down
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I wonder where they're gonna plop that Jeff Hardy into. I hope maybe like a ringside exclusive or something like that. I'd love to see. Hey, there you go. Jericho, get out of here. Jeff, get in here. There we go. Moving on. I want to talk about this Claudio. I think
See,
this is a
perfect
chase as
example.
well.
I'm cool with
Yeah.
this, Chase. This is cool. Like, this looks sick. And we have a mainline
Yeah.
figure, so I at least get the talent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and the jacket is insane. This jacket is kind of wild. The Claudia, yeah, it's just like kind of, it's just like a different attire. Like you said, it's like, this is probably the best, example of a chase that Jazzwares can do. It's not like a new talent that we haven't seen. It's same talent in the line, just a different attire. And I can't get too mad at this. Lord knows how many chances I'm gonna have at seeing this in retail. But holy hell, dude, I want to talk about this. Cause as part of WWE's Mattel's teasing for reveals that came today, this actually was like a week ago or something like that. But part of the Mattel Creations reveals for March 22nd, this was lumped in there, dude. The first CM Punk since he returned to the company, the first CM Punk figure since he returned to WWE, and we see him with the white shirt. Shout out to the white shirt, dude, Bryan Danielson. All right, if you're out there, the owner of the white shirt, he knows it. And also, you're getting a secondary shirt down here as well, bro. Oh man, first, I think second promo attire CM Punk figure ever, but first promo attire CM Punk from Mattel, and it looks goddamn fantastic. It looks beautiful, man. I can't wait until we get like a ring attires, but I'm gonna get a couple of these, especially put some head scans on some of the older CM Punk elites that I have too, man. What do you think of this this Punk Phoenix?
I think that something I just noticed, I didn't realize this when I initially saw these pictures of the figure. I didn't realize that it was coming with either it's clobbering time hands, or if the swirling the ground before he does that. That's really cool. I like that it comes with the hands like that. I think it's really dope. I think it's dope to see Mattel for the first time ever with CM Punk doing the full sleeve and the full like hand tattoos and everything, because usually obviously covered up with the X tape. But it's a little, it's gonna be, I haven't pre-ordered it whenever it's gonna come on pre-order like in a couple weeks, which I'm sure we'll talk about next, but I'm not so sure I'm gonna pre-order it. I might get it afterwards off of secondary, because I don't know if I'm going to want to scratch my eyes out because of what they had to do with the tattoo. It's such an eyesore in the renders, but I'm sure on the actual figure it won't look as weird as it does in the render. But right now it looks like such an eyesore for me. And I know in the main figures it's not going to matter because it's going to be covered by the tape. But just right now, that's kind of the only thing. And that's not Mattel's fault or anything along those lines. It's just copyright. So, and that man's got so many copyrighted tattoos, so it's hard to really.
Bro, I don't know how like Jazzwares got away with most of their, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of nuts with it. They did have a try at like what was it, like the Pepsi tattoo, I believe. They did try it. I'll try and get a photo of it up here. But this is the first figure from Mattel for for CM Punk that has the full sleeve tattoos and everything like that. And like you said, that big block is an eyesore. Like, now you mentioned it, I can't not see it. But yeah, like I'm trying to get the freaking. God damn it! This is what happens when I man the ship, guys. This is awful. But no, dude, this CM Punk is great. Like, I wonder what attire. I hope they like go for the Royal Rumble attire. Because I do want to see that in figure form at some point. But like for right now, we got his return attire, and I can't be too mad at that. Let's see. There we go. All right, I think boom. I'll get up this this Pepsi tattoo here. This is basically what they've done with it. I don't know why that sounded awful, but it's at least like it's not like, you know, they left a blank space. At least they tried. What do you think of the attempts? Would you rather they left the shoulder blank for decals or something like that? Do you rather they try with the actual details?
I would be fine as long as it wasn't a straight line. If it was more squiggly, I think it would be fine, because I feel like you could get away with the squiggly, like just like a little squiggly in the middle, even if you have to like make it white or something like that with the squiggly, and then or something to not, I guess, infringe on the Pepsi tattoo. But I mean, if it wasn't there, I feel like it'd be a bigger eyesore than if it's right there with the color on it. So it's one of those things where it's just like it's hard to complain about it, because you like we know why and everything along those lines.
And how often are you going to be posing this figure? If it's a street clothes figure, how many times are you going to be posing it without the shirt on? So, I accidentally just showed my Pro Wrestling Tees store. Don't look at that. But dude, Jacob Wrestling Fan says, I think Unrivaled 15 since that wave is the Hardys, Orange Cassidy, Takeshita, the Guns, and Julia Hart. Julia will probably be a Chase. Don't tell me this. Bro,
dog, I'm not...
Dude, no. If they make Julia Hart a Chase figure, I will cut my hair off on Figure Friday and eat it.
Dude, because Julia Hart, by all means, is probably my favorite wrestler in wrestling right now. The aura that she, like, my favorite thing with wrestling is
Bro,
I
entrance, everything. Like,
I love watching a wrestler at the very beginning of their career. Julia is somebody that I'd seen on the Minnesota Indies for like maybe 2 or 3 matches, and then once she got to like she got sucked up into that AEW system very quickly, and then watching her rise. One of my favorite stories in wrestling was actually the slow progression of Julia getting misted and then her attitude changing week by week by week by week on AEW Dark. Like,
yeah,
it was the best story.
Build too. Felt
Whenever
like it was a slow build, and like
absolutely.
everyone was like, "Come on, Julia, turn already! When is Julia gonna turn? When is Julia gonna turn?" And everyone was waiting for it. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
So when like once Julia turned and everything, man, like that's like I love seeing the potential in wrestlers like Julia Hart, Sky Blue, a lot of wrestlers that are very young in their career, and you know they're only four, maybe 5 years max, if that, maybe even less, into their career. Imagine when they have 15 years in. And Julia already has the aura. She has the it factor just from the entrance. I feel like she might be like one of the most aura bringing like wrestlers in AEW period right now. Just like everything looks cool. That's the best I think AEW's ever nailed presentation in terms of an entrance by far. And I think
she reminds me of Jade in that regard, just because of like how like sorry to cut you off there, dude.
No, you're good.
I hate StreamYard. I'm one day I'm gonna get better internet. Australia sucks with internet. I don't know if anyone knows that. But like reminds me of Jade in that regard, where like she's super new. She's super like new on the scene, but just has this presence. Like it's captivating. Like especially Julia Hart's entrance.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the house always wins.
My favorite theme song in wrestling. It's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Colin Young, shout out. I love Colin Young. But moving on, dude. What else we got? We got news from the Jazzwares Vault. Actually, before we move on, okay, hold on, hold your horses. I'll hold my horses. This CM Punk pre-order has been delayed until April the 7th. Now it was initially meant to go up for pre-order on the, was it today? Maybe the 22nd, I believe it was or something today. Like that.
Yeah.
This figure will retail at $25. Retail on Mattel Creations for $25. Comes with 2 soft goods shirts and a wristwatch accessory, which is really, really cool. It's that those are coming in with there's that new Undertaker release who's got the watch, and I'm excited for these watches, man. I'm loving
Hey, give it up to Mattel Creations for not doing what they could have done and gouging the price on the first Punk figure back. Like they easily could have charged $35-$40 for this. And it's crazy because it's only a figure with 2 shirts, but like people would have paid for that in droves. Like people are getting this figure no matter what. Like I say I'm not gonna pre-order it, but like let's be honest, I'm probably gonna pre-order it. Like,
dude, I think FOMO is gonna hit, especially when you're like getting to the end of that second week of the pre-order. Guys, this is a 2-week pre-order window, by the way. If you guys want to find out how to get this, look out on Mattel Creations on the 7th of April at 9 a.m. Pacific time or noon Eastern time. and it's gonna run for 2 weeks. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that. I feel like by the end of that second week, FOMO is gonna hit, and there's gonna be a lot of people doing those final purchases. I'll probably end up getting 3 or 4 or something like that. Like
Yeah.
towards the in the middle of the 2 weeks. I don't know why. CM Punk with double jointed arms, bro. Just give it to me all day. I love it. But moving on, Jazzwares Vault. We finally have news of this Jazzwares Vault, when it is coming to us, when it's coming to our grips. And it is opening on the March the 27th, dude. Like you said, we were mentioning what they're going to do with the Ring of Honor, line and stuff like that with Jazzwares Vault. And we'll just have to wait and see on the 27th of March. So we're finally getting it. Getting the Jazzwares Vault kind of up and running, and I'm excited, man. We've been seeing leaks of the Ring of Honor line. We've been seeing leaks of the Malachi Black. There's even photos of this Malachi Black figure, actually, that we can talk about in a little bit. But yeah, man, like, talk on this. Like, what do you think Jazzwares Vault is going to be? Do you think it's going to be like a Mattel Creations sort of hub sort of thing, or what do you expect to see from this?
I'm hoping, right? This is what my hopes are for it. I hope they use Jazzwares Vault as a place to put up figures that they wish they could make at the main line, that they just don't think would sell. And there's a plethora of people. Like, I'll be honest, as long as Jazzwares Vault is very easy to like go on and like, yeah, sure, you have a pre-order window of 2 weeks, but I can go on and I know I can secure a pre-order. I'm cool with it. I know there's a limited number on that we know of at the moment for the Ring of Honor figures and stuff. As long as it's easy and not difficult to really get on there and grab, I'm not gonna have an issue with it. I would actually kind of prefer if that was the case. Like, I do like getting my figures in store, but like anytime I can get it on ringside or anytime I can get it somewhere like a Jazzwares Vault or like a Mattel Creations, I'll do it if I need to. So like, my biggest hope, like I said, is I just hope they put a lot of people that they can't fit into the main line. Like, right away, there's like 4 or 5 people that come to mind right away that like I know I need to get a figure of, and I would love to see it. Like, whether it be Jazzwares Vault,
rattle them off. Who do you got in your mind?
Tiger Style Lee Moriarty, I think, is the most
Yes.
toyetic guy that I've ever seen. Shout out to Lee, man. I've commentated a lot of his matches at Nap, man. That's one of my favorite people in professional wrestling. I was there live in the building when he got his contract handed to him after his match with Daniel Garcia a couple years back
awesome.
at AEW. I was wearing a Lee t-shirt when that happened. I think Lee's the most toyetic guy at AEW that does not have an action figure. He's like such a creative guy. He makes his own shirts for AEW and everything like that. Let that man design some stuff for you, man. Like, that'd be amazing,
Absolutely.
bro. Lee definitely comes to my mind. I know we're getting Garcia in the main line, but Garcia is somebody. Julia Hart, as we just talked about, Sky Blue. I feel like it'd be really, really, really dope to get a Takeshita, but with like cloth, bells and whistles, multiple heads, and I feel like that would
That
be a
Oni
Jazzwares Vault.
mask, like that
Dude,
red
yeah.
Oni like demon mask as well. Bro,
Maybe even Nigel
man.
McGuinness is the biggest one for me though. I would
Oh,
love a Nigel McGuinness figure, and like Chris Hero is working at AEW now behind the scenes. Give me a Hero, give me a Kings of Wrestling 2-pack. Oh,
dude, give
there's
me
just so much.
a collision commentary pack or something.
Yeah,
Give me that would be awesome, bro. I mean, Nigel McGuinness imagine a Nigel McGuinness with like just like what is it commentary attire just in a
dude.
like mainline figure. I fucking love it.
Maybe
It's
maybe like a
Taz.
Taz Luminary.
Yeah. Oh,
Where
bro,
he's in
dude,
wrestling
like,
gear. Like, dude,
yeah.
there's so much you can do with like a line. And I think that's my biggest hope for this Jazzwares Vault platform is I hope we see many throughout the year. I hope it's not just, oh, here's one drop, here's one drop, here's one drop. No, it's like, okay, we're shipping it ourselves. We're going to be doing more and more and more and getting you what you want. The Ring of Honor line, very excited for. We were teased with the Briscoes, and we saw the Briscoes months ago. I hope the Briscoes are in this initial drop. I don't know from like what it sounds like if they're going to be, but I want the Briscoes figure so bad right now. Like, that's like RIP to Jay Briscoe, man, one of the absolute best tag team wrestlers ever. One of the best promos of all time. I want the Briscoes 2-pack so bad.
Mm-hmm. Top 5 dead or alive, mate.
Absolutely.
Honestly, absolutely. And especially like, man, Mark Briscoe, bro. I will forever be mad at Warner Brothers for not getting Briscoes on AEW television way fucking sooner. Like, I'm swearing because I'm passionate about this. But dude, Mark Briscoe has had in the Continental Classic alone, man, one of the best showings for a singles wrestler that year in AEW. Maybe
It's nuts, bro.
Yeah, like Mark Briscoe was putting on clinic after clinic, dude. He had some of my favorite matches in the Continental Classic, bro. Like Brody King, yeah, just off the top of my head, that was a great match. So, like yeah, like there's a ton of like a ton of stuff that Jazzwares Vault, I think, finally is going to answer a lot of questions. So, and moving on, talking about Jazzwares Vault a little bit, dude. This Malachi Black Supreme, bro, the second Malachi Black Supreme. Now, guys, here's a little story time with Nick Storm, baby. So, the first Malachi Black Supreme that came out never hit stores. It was only on Ringside, it was only on online retailers, never actually hit stores. And so I think, I don't know, guys, let's hope this is going to be like a 2-week pre-order or something easy to get so everyone can get their hands on it, thankfully. Or it is a 1 of 5,000, so I guess while stock lasts or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, like, getting another Malachi Black Supreme out there, one of the most toyetic characters out there, just House of Black in general. We're talking about Julia Hart. Dude, what do you think of this, man? First thoughts on this Supreme?
So I actually was one of the people that wasn't able to get a Supreme Malachi at the time, and I haven't looked to see the prices on secondary,
Bro,
but man,
don't worry. Don't even worry.
I'm
The
excited
prices, they're
for
like
this,
200.
bro. The face painted head scans I love a lot. I'm hoping that means that we're gonna see a Buddy and a Brody maybe down the line that comes with those type of face painted head scans as well. I'm hoping that second gear, because I'm unsure, but I'm hoping that second gear is the Muay Thai shorts. I really like the Muay Thai shorts that Black be wearing, so I'm hoping that that's that. But if it's both trunks, then that's fine too, because they've had a bunch of really cool gears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the shorts are cool, bro. I have that first Supreme Malachi. I don't know how I got it. I think I ordered it on Ringside or something like that. Like when it first dropped, but now they're like few and far in between. So I think getting another one is cool. I don't know if they've ever done a Supreme 2-pack, so maybe like a Buddy and a Brody Supreme 2-pack.
And they could with Jazzwares
cool.
Vault. They could easily put that in.
Dude, absolutely they could. Yeah, if they have like if they have it on the planogram or whatever the hell. I know planogram's a word they all throw out.
Bro, I know that like it'd be a bigger thing, but when you see Mattel doing Elite 4-packs and things of that nature, Ultimate 4-packs and all that, imagine if they use Jazzwares Vault, just a little sprinkle of an idea for a Ring of Honor Blood and Guts. Imagine they did a Ring of Honor Blood and Guts, and it's FTR versus the Briscoes dog collar.
Dog collar. Yeah, and it's
all 4 of them. Oh, that'd be so fire. Oh my god. It'd probably be like $120, but that'd be fire.
And yeah, and then they all have like the interchangeable torso, so they're unbloody and then bloody, and then that'd be like $300 million. Shout out to Jazzwares Vault, guys. Get it March 27th, 9 a.m. PT or whatever the hell. Anyway, moving on. This is some of the Ring of Honor figures that we were talking about, and I never thought ever in my entire life ever that we'd ever get a Kenny Omega from this era. And to do some research after these figure drops came to be, I went on YouTube and I watched Tyler Black versus Danielson versus Kenny Omega from Ring of Honor back in 2008, I think. And yeah, it reminds me of the exact same gear that Kenny's wearing here. And it's very rookie Kenny Omega, very one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Probably the top wrestler for me right now, right this second, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. Quote me on it if you want. But and also this Claudio as well. Didn't think we'd ever get a long hair Claudio or Cesaro ever. Yeah. And it's crazy to think that. And this Claudio is coming with a great soft goods trench coat too, with the Swiss sort of cross on the back and everything like that. Dude, what do you think? What do you think, man? Oh my god, red with the cheetah print. Holy shit.
The Claudio, I think, is fantastic. I absolutely love the Claudio. The Claudio is amazing. The only downside, I think, of the Claudio is that the Ring of Honor mic it comes with, and this is a very tiny nitpick, is not accurate to the Ring of Honor logo that was happening when this figure or when this attire was a thing. But that's just a little nitpick.
Yeah. I think that's going to happen a lot with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, probably.
With the titles, there's a lot of modern titles with the older figures. Anyway, keep going.
With the Omega, I love that we're getting a young Omega figure. I just really wish it would have been a different color gear, because he had so many colorful gears with like different colored trunks, like green, orange, things of that nature. I feel like, dude, that should have been, in my opinion, the attire choice. But like, I get why. Like, obviously, black's easier to produce and things of that nature. But I gotta be honest, I don't really see good likeness in the head scans, so I'm not really like thrilled about that. I do love all of the hands it comes with. I love that it comes with that little like hand. That's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
I I see this Claudio, and I envision a Kings of Wrestling 2-pack one day from Jazzwares Vault. And if we ever get a Kings of Wrestling 2-pack, that'll be the penultimate for me. Like CM Punk in the shorts for over a decade was my most wanted figure from a retailer. Kings of Wrestling 2-pack might now take the cake.
Bro, and you know what's funny? We didn't think that CM Punk would be possible, the Ring of Honor CM Punk, and we didn't you probably didn't think a Kings of Wrestling 2-pack would be possible
Never,
at any point.
ever.
And yeah, this Claudio is just kind of nuts. I needed Eddie Kingston to match this Claudio from around. Remember, like when Eddie Kingston was like wearing ties and like had that weird beard and everything like that. That's what I need.
Dude, I didn't even think about Kingston when it came to all these throwback, because like Samoa Joe with the Ring of Honor. Oh my dude, there's so many. Like
Nigel McGuinness.
Dude, yeah. And you could even include spiky hair and bald head. Oh.
Nigel McGuinness. We can literally. I think we're actually gonna get a Nigel McGuinness.
No,
figure,
yeah,
I just got really excited.
Yeah,
damn,
for sure. Dude, oh my god, that's gonna
especially
be
with this
really
line.
cool. Yeah,
especially with this freaking line, dude. I cannot wait to see how that looks. Moving on though, guys, Mattel hit us today with some reveals, and this is an Elite 4-pack actually featuring Gorilla, Monsoon, Muhammad Ali, Harley Race, and the superstar Billy Graham. Now, dude, all these figures, man, look incredible. I want to say, off the top, dude, off the top of the bat, where is it? Okay, apparently I didn't. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. You'd love to see it. Dude, holy hell. Now, this is an Elite 4-pack, I believe. How the heck, dude? I love this Harley Race. Okay, we were talking off air before we went live, dude. My mind's all over the place. I love this Harley Race. I love this Billy Graham. And I'm loving this Gorilla Monsoon, dude. Especially the NWA title. This Harley Race is, you know, we were talking off air, Phoenix and I. King Harley Race is a great looking figure and everything, but this Harley Race is the Harley Race I wanted personally. And it comes with the NWA title and even the WWF title, maybe, that we were talking about off air as well. Talk to me about these, dude. What do you think of these coming at you? Elite 4-pack, dude.
I couldn't believe whenever I got on Instagram today that I seen the NWA 10 pounds of gold in a Mattel.
I thought it was a
figure.
custom.
Yeah, I was like, what? And then like obviously with like the Iron Claw coming out a little bit ago, a couple months ago, like this is like that era of Harley is what I think about when I think of Harley Race. So like this jacket, this robe, this championship, it's mind blowing. And the head scan on it, I think all 4 of these head scans have very good like competition for being some of Mattel's best ever, like, which is crazy. Like Gorilla looks amazing, especially like for those who sadly have passed before Mattel could really scan them. Like they all look incredible. Like it's so like Harley, like his hair looks nuts. It's crazy how
it looks
good.
like the real thing.
Yeah, like this is wild. And I will say too, one of like my biggest thing at first was, oh wow, the NWA title. Oh wow, NWA Harley. But then I was like, wow, we're actually seeing Mattel for the first time in quite some time. And of course, we'll see it in a little bit with the Coliseum Ultimates as well with Ted DiBiase, but they're starting to go back to really doing a lot of different cloth goods, like not just t-shirts, but like now we're getting a blazer and a shirt underneath. Like that's really interesting. I think they're finally starting to see that there is an appeal to like clothes outside of just, and obviously Mattel making Barbie and things of that nature, they can do whatever they really want when it comes to that realm of things, like of cloth goods. So more cloth goods, please. You
know what? Yeah, you mentioned the Barbies, dude. Barbie releases house sets and stuff. Give me a Triple H, Randy Orton invasion house set. No, that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, dude, the cloth goods are kind of nuts. Like, I took a second look at this figure and I. Like the Muhammad Ali, for example, I didn't realize it was cloth goods blazer, tie, button-up shirt and everything underneath it, which is real cool. Like, that's crazy to me. And this robe as well for Harley Race looks incredible. Like you said, I think Iron Claw makes me want this figure even more because Iron Claw is just such a great movie. If you guys haven't seen it, bring a box of tissues, please.
Dude, crazy.
It was nuts. But yeah, man, like I'm super excited to get these in hand. And another thing that actually revealed today as well, the next Coliseum collection set featuring this Ted DiBiase and Ricky Steamboat. Now, you were just mentioning, they seems like they're doing a lot more cloth goods. This Ted DiBiase, that jacket and stuff like that looks cloth goods. The whole suit, I think, the pants and everything
Yeah,
included.
everything's cloth.
That's
Everything is
incredible, man.
close. Something that like I said earlier, I am not a fan of Ultimate figures, and because case in point, look at the Eddie Guerrero figure. Like that's
Yeah,
all I
yeah,
gotta say. Like
yeah.
the bodies are so like over the top that I've just never liked them. However, with these Ultimates today, these two specifically, the Ted DiBiase body, like the picture that showed Ted DiBiase without the entire suit on, just the render with just the body and everything like that. That's a perfect small Ultimate body that looks great for majority of figures. The
Yeah.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat body, I think, looks really well. I think they're actually starting now make bodies that look more presentable, because to me, I feel like an Elite with butterfly joints would be my perfect Ultimate. That's what I would want articulation
I
wise.
remember I heard you say that like a little bit ago on your Instagram story or something like that. I think aesthetic wise, I think that's the way to go. I think
Yeah.
you nail it out of the park with that.
But yeah, I'm very hyped up about. I personally am not gonna get these. I do think it's odd that Ricky doesn't get his cloth good jacket, but like I get it because $1 Million Man came with a bazillion cloth goods. I also like, I don't know, like I'm not really big on the Coliseum collection in terms of like just my taste. The Terry Funk was definitely like the only one I think at the moment that I would have picked up, but it's
Got
just
you.
not something I personally collect. But I do always love the packaging. I do love looking at the packaging a lot. I think it's really cool that they do stuff like this. I just always think when I see stuff like this, and we got a little taste of it with the Ruthless Aggression Walmart series, but I can't wait until that becomes the nostalgic thing and we start getting like Ruthless Aggression like out the wazoo, and like even Attitude Era. Like we're starting to finally
Yep.
see that now. Like I can't wait for that to become like, and I know we're probably gonna have to wait another 10, 15 probably for that, but like I can't wait for that era.
Yeah, and you were talking about like the Ted DiBiase underneath the torso just stand alone is pretty good, and I think Ricky Steamboat, like you can make the same case
Yeah.
for this too. And like the Ricky Steamboat attire is pretty like plain Jane. You could make a lot. You could use that for like a lot of base for customs and stuff like that. I
Yep.
feel like
Absolutely.
and like yeah, like Ricky Steamboat's not getting a lot of attire treatment here, but I mean, hey, when you're comparing it to Ted DiBiase, I mean, it's fair where the budget went with this 2 pack. I think we can all see where the budget for this 2 pack went, and it went to the goddamn cloth goods. RUB Fig, shout out to you, man. This DiBiase finally tops the entrance grates for me. Now, I remember getting that entrance grates back in the day, and that was a basic figure, dude. But it had like cloth good stuff out the wazoo, and that was fantastic. That was a good little sight to see. Final thing released, no, not you. Final thing released of the day, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Imperium. Bum 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 bum. We got Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, bro. These look fantastic, man. And Ludwig Kaiser and the Giovanni Vinci basics just came out, and I'm gonna hold off for these. I'm gonna wait
Yep.
for these. They did Gio dirty in the basic line. I'm gonna be honest, bro. He looks beautiful here. He looks like the stud that he is
Yeah.
in this head scan, bro. These look fantastic. I love the torso choices. I love the part choices. I think they nailed this.
The only thing I could think of critique wise is I feel like Giovanni Vinci's arms are too big. But aside
Yeah,
from that, like I think this entire like both I need this because Ludwig Kaiser, I've been such a fan of Axel Dieter Jr.'s entire career, and to see him finally getting like an elite figure is so cool to me. So I definitely need this 2 pack. Giovanni Vinci, I was a big fan of whenever he was in the Cruiserweight Classic. Something
yeah.
interesting I noticed on this is they're actually using I believe anyways the Kurt Angle Ultimate Edition knee pads on
Oh
Giovanni
wow.
Vinci. So it's interesting to see that they're starting to like really sprinkle in some of those ultimate part choices alongside the elites. I do think that Ludwig's face is really good. I think Giovanni's is perfect. The boots look really good on Gio's figure. I mean, kind of. I think this might spoil in a way what that Gunther Ultimate might be. I feel like that might be the attire we're going to see now with the Gunther Ultimate. Otherwise, why would you drop a 2 pack elite with these two?
Yeah,
But
yeah, definitely. I love the unique choices where you like like you said, dude, knee pads from Kurt Angle, and plus
Yeah,
those knee pads are a lot more soft and bendable and pliable
exactly. I love that.
from
Hopefully
my
they go that
understanding.
route. Yeah.
Especially with the longer knee pads, bro.
Yep.
Like on RVDs right now, on all the
Yep.
CM Punk figures from back in the day, there was those long, really restricting knee pads that I'd have to swap out. But these look fantastic, man. These reminds me of those like the Jazzwares Supreme Punk knee pads in that way, where it's not too restricting. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is a good telltale sign to what gear we're gonna be seeing with that Gunther Ultimate, which I cannot goddamn wait. And those boots, bro, for the freaking Geo too. Oh my god, they're just new. They're all over the place. And I think thus concludes all the reveals for today, guys. Oh my god. And before I guess we roll out the red carpet for you, Phoenix Nitro, thanks so much for freaking joining us here today on Figure Friday.
Of course.
This one of my favorite episodes, I think, down in the books. Guys, let's get a round of applause, everyone in the crowd. Please, round of applause, please. Thank you. Show some respect. Have a little dignity, all right? I'm joking. I'm so sorry. But let's actually shout out to some of these people in the chat here. I haven't gotten to all of these messages, and I feel like I must before I die. So, please, Jazzwares, don't make Moxley's legs loose again. I agree. Don't make them loose. Don't make them tall. How about that? My dad loved Claudio very early into the Cesaro run, so seeing him finally get a great run in AEW so awesome. Just yeah, dude, I agree. Like he's getting to do what I think he's wanted to do, and I think he's needed to do in like the spot. I think it really like suits him with BCC. HBK figures just aren't complete without the chest hair. It's true. Yeah, dude, give me that real fur. No, I'm joking. But yeah, AJ Styles as well also needs chest hair. I agree. The thing is, they have a fist mold for women. Oh, well, okay. They gave it to the Jade figures. So maybe...
That is true, yeah.
Okay.
That is true. They
So
have one
maybe-
for the Jade.
Maybe we just did... I don't know. Maybe they just didn't include in the render, I hope, at least. I mean, let's hope that's the case, that they just didn't include it in the render, because they do have a fist mold. So, please don't send me your Nick pics. Okay, that's... Brandon Cutler is going to be the Chase, probably. Yeah. I think that Brandon Cutler... I don't know if you saw the renders for that Brandon
Yeah, I
Cutler back
did.
in the day, but it was like... Yeah, the whole, like, tracksuit, the blue and everything
Yeah.
tracksuit. Dude, look at... Have you ever done this in your chair? When you just get your knee up like this? Dude,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
When you call it, that's when you call it a day right there. Preach. You're saying it perfectly. Oh, okay, thank God. I am the best. What can I say? Punk in the white shirt is insane. Please don't give Jazzwares ideas. We've been giving Jazzwares ideas this whole thing. Good ideas. Only good ideas. We promise. Please. I think Mattel should get a Pepsi sponsorship. Yeah, where is that? Where is that? Give me that Mattel's Pepsi sponsorship. Give me like Back to the Future 2 figures with the Crystal Pepsi and Michael Jackson or whatever the hell that was. Remember that?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Back to the Future. I love that. Shout out to that movie. Sorry, we've kept you here for too long, dude. We've kept you in the basement. You're shackled down. I apologize. I really hope Abaddon will be on Jazzwares Vault. Dude, I don't know what happened with that figure, but I really think that
Yeah.
Abaddon should see the light of day because of how
Yeah.
toyetic Abaddon is, and I think she's
Absolutely.
getting a great push right now on TV too. So like we're
Absolutely.
just seeing a lot more of her. It doesn't make sense if we don't see that figure at some point, right?
Absolutely.
Spendico and the Workhorsemen seem like the perfect people to be on Jazzwares Vault. Yeah, dude, the Outrunners and Commander, dude, like all these, like, yeah, get me those young Von Erichs, get me those Outrunners, bro. Man, Harley and Superstar. The Scott Steiner arms for Superstar works really well. I didn't even notice that. That's really
I didn't even
good.
peep
They're
that
making
either. Yeah,
changes.
wow. That's
They're
good.
making changes on the fly. I like that. I hope the Legends of the Territories become a line exclusive to Mattel Creations. I love a Pedro Morales and Buddy Rogers, dude. That's crazy.
Dude, that
cool,
would
yeah.
be really cool. Yeah. There's a lot of people from the territories I'd love to see Mattel. Dude, oh,
Texas
imagine they
Tornado. Give me like
Bruiser
a
Brody.
Kerry Von Erich, Kevin, Bruiser Brody, dude.
Bro, a Bruiser
Bill
Brody and
McKenna.
a Stan Hansen.
Dude,
Bro.
are you kidding me?
Bro.
I know Bill McKenna will be jumping at the bit. He's probably pitching that right now to Mattel. This DBFC, oh yeah, freaking read that because I'm a stupid idiot. I'm an idiot. Man, he had the motherload of those engines greats back in the day. Dude, there was so many. Like I couldn't turn blind like a corner and not see an entrance crate in my freaking line of sight. Good knee pads. Clap, clap. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Oh, you guys, of course, you guys are good audience members. I forgot about this. But so I'd say with everything considered, thus concludes this episode, this 25th episode, man, of Figure Friday. I want to thank you again, Phoenix, for joining us, Dalton.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Right, like, yeah, this was a fun-ass chat. You made my job real easy by just bringing great conversation to the episode. So I appreciate you even being down for this, coming on, being
anytime, bro.
Being
anytime
down from the start, bro.
Anytime from the start,
absolutely.
Bro. Always.
Dude, we gotta get a sequel. We gotta get a prequel. We'll get a prequel at some point. I don't know how that'll happen.
We're getting the 10-episode Netflix series. You best believe.
Yeah, dude. We're at the Raw streaming deal, actually. Not a lot of people know that. But no, guys, if you guys want to find Everywhere Phoenix Nitro, where can the people find you?
You can find me. I'm mainly on Instagram these days at Phoenix Nitro. You can also sub to me on YouTube if you're into the WWE 2K content, as well as a little bit of action figure content on youtube.com/@Phoenix Nitro. Make sure you check out the second channel as well, where I do my Universe Mode content on the 2K series. That's youtube.com/@Phoenix Nitro Universe. And as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Figure Friday. Thank you so much for supporting not only me, but everybody that is in the figure community. It's always dope, man, to see like everybody doing their thing in this community, bro. And like, I just can't wait to see more figures get revealed this year. I hope we get all the ringside exclusives that we want. Make sure you use code ICON to save you 10% at ringsidecollectibles.com. Use code Nitro too if you're making a second order, baby. And as always, man, thank you again for having me on.
Dude, of course, bro. Always, man. Like you said, sequel, prequel, everything like that. And if you want to find everything Figure Friday, you can do so here on this Linktree /Nick Storm. And guys, we have a pro wrestling tees. If you guys want to be a supporter of the show, support the show, there is a Figure Friday shirt. You can do so here on this Linktree on Pro Wrestling Tees. We're making moves, baby. We're having Phoenix Nitro on the freaking show. Oh my god, we're in Pro Wrestling Tees. Dude, we're getting serious over here, okay? We're making moves, we're making money moves, making $1 million moves, okay, dude? But I'd say thus concludes this episode. Thanks again for everyone. Hunter Roney, dude. Shout out to you. New face in the chat. So thank you for joining and stopping by, everyone. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you next week for Figure Friday.
Yeah.
Wing! Did you enjoy this stream? Well, good, because after this stream ends, make sure to go onto my channel and binge watch every single one of my videos, because they're guaranteed a good chuckle or two. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye!